was in Houston, Texas last week, and just last night, Houston's police chief and the mayor of Houston asked the Texas Department of Public Safety to launch its own investigation into that shooting and death of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo. Joining me right now is the mayor of Houston, John Whitmire, to talk more about this. Mayor, thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. So first, I want to ask about what seems to be it is confusion today over what DHS and ICE tactics are that are allowed in your city and others. DHS and Tom Homan said there's now a pause on most traffic stops after these shootings. But the president just this morning on social media said that we cannot give up on that tactic, he said, the traffic stops. In Houston, what's your understanding? Are they happening or are they not?
Well, obviously, that was breaking news as I got to work this morning. It's unfortunate. I thought certainly a pause was appropriate. In fact, I would go a step further. I'm asking for a moratorium, maybe 90-day moratorium, to allow DHS, Homeland Security, to review their policies, their model. It's obviously, to anyone, any objective person knows that their methods are not working. They've got to be trained, called back in, de-escalation. You know, major cities have trained their officers to de-escalate. Apparently, the ICE officers get no such training. And if you don't remember anything else I'll say this morning is they should do a moratorium till they can fit everyone with a body camera. Body cameras work. As a member of the legislature, we debated it. It is a honest, hard-working law enforcement officer's best friend. There wouldn't be the speculation that we've had for a week now. The facts would show the conduct of the officers, the conduct of Mr. Araujo. So I'm very frustrated. I'm sad. I'm mad, but mostly frustrated. Frustrated because we need DHS to allow independent authorities to investigate. We've asked for the Texas Rangers. We're working with our district attorney. We're furnishing everything HPD has, Metro video, 911 tapes, but we need the participation of the federal government. And this is what really irates me. Where's the compassion? Where's the compassion from the federal government? You know, Mr. Araujo ought to be going to work this morning. So there's a pattern there. There's a series of tragedies, and it must stop. Not certainly only in Houston, but across this nation. These are human beings. So regardless of your party affiliation or your policy on immigration, come together and fix the immigration enforcement policies. They're broken.
Let me ask you, so you have asked for the Texas Rangers now to conduct their own investigation. You've also acknowledged, I've heard you say, that the FBI was tightly controlling the evidence. Can you tell me more about this? What has been asked for? What has been withheld? What do you not trust the federal investigation they say is happening?
We want an independent, transparent investigation. The FBI met with my police chief and the district attorney yesterday. They are doing a search this morning of the vehicle. So the FBI is examining the conduct on the scene. The preparation, the identifying of Mr. Araujo, the evidence, the witnesses are all DHS controlled. So we need collaboration. We need the federal government. They called in the Texas Rangers in South Texas because they admitted they didn't have the resources. So in Houston, we have asked the Texas Rangers, probably the best investigative body in the world, to come investigate this with a thorough, transparent investigation. But we cannot continue to have these tragedies across the U.S. It's not only so upsetting and the loss to the family, but the entire community. It's impacted America. So where's the compassion?
I want to ask you really quick, just real quick, on your investigation.
I get angry as I sit here.
Believe me, I can understand it, and I can sense that from you, Mayor. But when it comes to this investigation, have any state, county, any Texas investigator, I'll say, had access to the three men who saw what happened, who were in the car with Araujo?
I understand Congresswoman Garcia, Sylvia Garcia, met them last Sunday night. She had individual visits with each one of them. She's reported back to me her visits. But no, the evidence is controlled by the DHS. The DHS, as I mentioned, asked for assistance in South Texas. We would like the same here. Let the Texas Rangers come in their community with their expertise and investigate. We are planning Mr. Araujo's funeral. He ought to, for Friday, we ought to be going to work. Where's the compassion? It's impacting this community. Houston has not had the disruption of other major cities over this issue, and we're not going to, because we are united together to see that a proper investigation is conducted. And we certainly are doing everything we can to support the family. So I'm calling on Homeland Security. I'm calling on Washington. Please do a moratorium against any enforcement. I'm not calling for the ending of ICE. I'm saying do it right. Training. And as I told you a moment ago, body cameras change behavior. I know it as a fact. So if we had a body camera, we could hold everyone accountable, all the parties accountable. But for some reason, they don't want body cameras. Body camera is an officer's best friend if he's a law-abiding, hardworking, honest officer. It also exposed corrupt officers and those that ought to be held accountable. So I'm going to be working in that direction. Washington, please come together in a bipartisan fashion. Regardless of your policy on immigration, come together to save lives. And that's a really basic request.
Let me ask you this, though, before I let you go. You have faced some criticism from residents in the community for not taking a stronger stance against ICE and DHS in light of this. Would you characterize your response to this shooting, your response to DHS and ICE and the administration here, as treading carefully or lightly in fear of retaliation by the Trump administration in light of this shooting?
Well, obviously those are political critics, and I don't have time for politics. I have shown you my passion to getting to the bottom of this. It occurred last Tuesday, a week ago. I spoke out Wednesday in council. I called for an independent, transparent investigation. Thursday night, we learned more information from Congresswoman Garcia. Friday, I called for a transparent investigation. My police chief, former Texas Ranger, has been conducting investigations, sharing everything we have as an HBD office with the district attorney, Metro tape, 911 video. I can't tell you how we continue to dialogue with the district attorney, but the jurisdiction is federal. They control the evidence. We're asking them to release that to the Texas Rangers, and I'm also calling for this moratorium. It's broken. It's not working. I don't want to get, it's not even debatable. The St. Augustine tragedy of yesterday, Maine, I could go through the whole list. We can have an immigration policy that works, going after violent offenders, not our nannies, not our construction workers. These are residents, and it impacts not only the tragedy within the family, but the entire community and the entire city. And in fact, I will say America. We need to be focusing on more productive projects, but it's something that we're going to work on until we get to the bottom of it. I have a commitment to the family. I've met them at the memorial site. Nothing is more important for not only Houston, this family, but I'm suggesting this morning for America. Stop it. Go back to training. You look at background checks of these officers. Don't be giving them, and for the hell with quotas. Quotas. You got to do away with them. That brings on bad behavior. Law enforcement can get their job done if they're properly trained, held accountable. Body cameras. I've seen it before and after body cameras existed in the state of Texas. They change behavior. They hold people accountable.
You can absolutely this morning see your passion and your frustration. I appreciate it.
I am frustrated because you know what? I know we can do it better. We are a can-do city and a can-do America, so let's fix it. And be compassionate, please, Mr. President.
Mayor John Whitmire, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.